Hi everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to the government scheme session. Today we are going to cover Skill India Mission. So it's an umbrella program that is there, right? But it was in news. If you look at this particular this particular news, it is of Economic Times, and this is of 1st of April 2024. And here it has been written that government issued some guidelines for training of assessors under the Skill India Mission. So under the particular scheme, skill is provided. Definitely, I hope you can understand from the topic itself, right? But under that, for providing training, assessors need to be there, right? Who would be providing the training, right? So for them, what are the changes, guidelines that were done? There was a news regarding that. However, the changes for the assessors that are done, this we should not be concerned about, because this is at the back end, right? But what is the scheme? We'll just study about that. And I can already see students joining. Good morning, Shalini, Pratul, Nitya, Akansha and Ajay. All right, so this is not going to be a very lengthy session. Why? Because there is no data that are there, right? But we will generically understand about this scheme, because it can be utilized especially in the descriptive answer as well, right? So, or maybe when the particular scheme was launched, it fall under which ministry. This can be asked in the examination, so we will have that prospect only. But before that, here's an announcement for all the aspirants who are preparing for central regulatory bodies. We have come up with one-stop solution guide to all the queries that you must be having regarding the organization you want to join. For example, if you want to know more about RBI, NABARD, SEBI, then all the detailed information have been mentioned in these e-guidebooks, along with all about the recruitment process, how many phases are there, what is the pattern of each phase, what is the eligibility criteria, what is the syllabus, previous year cut-off trends, which says about the difficulty level of the examination and all the other such questions that you must be having. At the end, we have given some steps that you can follow on your own if you're going for self-preparation, that will help you to have that guidance without even asking anybody. So do not miss this opportunity. You can download these e-guidebooks, which are free of cost, from the link that is provided in the description box below. And good morning, edits. Okay, so let me talk about the Skill India Mission, that why was the need of it, right? Dekho, वैसे तो there were n number of reason, but if we have to name a few, or you can say name the most important ones, we can say, see, first of all, if we talk about the demographic dividend. What is the demographic dividend? This basically tells about that what is the categorization of age that you have in a certain country. Okay, and if we talk about in India, you must have heard in various speeches also that we are youngest country, we are youth country, right? We are a young country. Why is it so? Because 65% of the population that we have, that is below 35 years, right? So you can see that how much potential we have. And if we talk about below 25, we have somewhere around 52 to 59%, around like 52 to 59%, they are below 25. And if we talk about below 35, it is around 65%, and it is expected that your till 2050s this particular dividend is going to be like that for India. So this is the actual time, we all know that this is the real time, actual time, when a person can actually have a growth career wise, right? This is the perfect time that we talk about. So one reason is this, that we have a lot of potential. If we give a lot of our focus on the development of the skills and focus on the youth, we can have good future, right? We can have we can achieve that goal of having a developed nation, right? Another thing is, we know that more than 50% of the people in India, they are directly or indirectly just dependent on the agriculture sector for their livelihood, right? Now this is a very constrained sector, because agriculture, we have limited land, right? That is why if more people, like more than 50 people, are just dependent on agriculture, first of all, we will not be able to cater to the other of the factors, the secondary and the tertiary sectors that we have, right? And it will anyway, it will build a lot of pressure in agriculture, and not all the people are going to get that much of benefit, because we have limited source of agriculture, right? So government had to diversify that also, right? And another reason, if we talk about the skilled people in India, the percentage was very less before the particular scheme was launched. So before that, like somewhere around, according to a report, around 2% were actually the skilled, the officially skilled labors that we had. And there was a report that was launched by the International Labour Organization, and they said that around 2030, like if India does not do anything about it, so by 2030, 29 million unskilled people that we would have in India. right? So there were a lot of reasons why the government then focused that okay, there should be a mission that should be launched that is there to skill India. Okay, so because if kaushal Bharat is your India, right? Kaushal means your skilled India. It is Kushal Bharat. It means it will prosperous then. Okay, so that was for that reason the particular scheme was introduced, and it also helped whatever be investment, mobilizing adequate investment for financing skill development sustainable. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट ने भी काफी उनके जो इन्वेस्टमेंट थे दे मोबिलाइज्ड इन दैट पर्टिकुलर डायरेक्शन. सो नाउ इफ यू टॉक अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर स्कीम स्किल इंडिया मिशन दैट वाज लॉन्च बैक इन 2015 ड्यूरिंग योर youth day. ठीक है, आपका 15th of July, I think that's it, right? So in 2015 the particular scheme was launched, and I hope you need not to remember the scheme or the ministry separately. It is Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. What was the aim? That is to develop the industrial and entrepreneurial skill. What is the difference? देखो, industrial means what? If I am as a worker, if I am working in a particular industry, I require that sort of skill, right? But entrepreneurial means what? The business skills. Okay, I hope you understand the difference. In industrial we are talking about that the physical skills, that particular art that is required, while in entrepreneur we are talking about the business skills that are there. Okay, and how can it be improved? So for that government will run a lot of training programs. Okay, they would bridge the gap between the what is the demand of the industry and what the current skill do we have, to bridge that gap. For example, if in industry they say that okay, we have this much certain of requirement that one worker or person should have to join the industry, and if a particular person have this much of those qualities available, right? So rest will be bridged up, this gap will be bridged up by the government by providing them with the skills. ठीक है, objective क्या है? Definitely first to that bridge the gap. Okay, that we have already understood, right? Apart from that, definitely if more skills are provided, that will provide the people, the youth will with more employment opportunities, right? Apart from that, we have to strengthen youth work as a world market also, because whatever skills that have been inculcated towards inside us as a youth, definitely it will give us more opportunity in even in the world also, right? If I want to go to some other country, I want to join some foreign organization and be a part of it, and if I have good skills, definitely I would have that opportunity as well, right? Next we have building up the competitiveness of Indian business and then building up of true marketplace capability. ठीक है, मतलब all in all meaning ये है, you should have such qualities which are desired in the market. If you have good qualities, you would have better employment opportunities. If you have good qualities, you would have better at the international market also, you would have better chances, right? So all in all it means that only. And along with that, it was also one of the aim under the Skill India mission to identify the new sectors also, because as I told you before, no, the maximum of the people, they were dependent on agriculture sector. So under the mission, even the aim is to search for the new sectors as well, and then the people can be trained accordingly. Okay, so under the scheme new people will be trained, and if for example there are already people existing, they have some skills, their reskilling or and upskilling will be done. Reskilling and upskilling means what? Upskilling means whatever they know before, right? Value addition will be done on that particular knowledge, and also in reskilling means they would be then introduced with the new technology and how they can incorporate them with their with the current information that they have or the knowledge they have regarding in that sector, because that will help them to create better market at national and international level. And in fact under the scheme, there are a lot of certification courses also are there, because when you get certification of something, right, so even there will be validation in that in any industry, or be it at the international market, that you have professional skills because you have that certification for a certain skill set. Okay, so this particular scheme, all in all, I hope you get an idea of how it will be delivered to people, right? So for that reason, there are a lot of sub schemes and programs that were run under the umbrella scheme. So this is your umbrella scheme. Okay, what are these? Now let's just have a quick overview, and a lot of them have been covered in our session also. So for example, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, I've already made a session on that. If you're willing to know more about this scheme, you can just watch that particular video. But in Kaushal Vikas, what was the aim? Again, the upskilling and reskilling was the aim. Okay, to teach them new to teach the youth about the dropouts about the new thing. Here Kaushal Mela was one of the major component. What was Kaushal Mela? Where the people they get an opportunity after learning a skill to have a place where they can get the employment facilities as well, right? Apart from that, we have Indian Skill Development Service. Now they got throughout this time period, I am saying that they will be trained, but for training the people, the youth also, there has to be some assessors, there have to be some upper, like there has to be one particular administration that is going to look after that, right? There has to be people who first train the for example, there has to be some government officials who would train the trainee, and then they will go further and then train the youth, right? So there is this one, the first link, that first point, right? So for them there is a one new the new facility which government has provided, which is Indian Skill Development Service. So they here through an examination, so it's conducted by UPSC, and it's a group A post, and with this particular examination you can join the civil services, and your potentials and skills will be utilized to provide skills to the youth in India. Okay. Apart from that, there is National Skill Development Mission also. Okay. Again here, whatever be the initial schemes that were there, all were merged under it, and the aim was to provide in a systematic manner the sector specific scheme, sector specific skills to the people. And we had skill loan scheme also, where the person can take loan from 50,000 to 1.5 lakh if they want to upgrade their skill. Not everything is going to be free under the Skill India mission, right? There has to be some time the people, because some machineries or some trainings are very costly, because there you require very trained people also, right? So I as a youth want to upgrade my skill, right? But to join that program, I require certain amount of money, but I cannot afford that. So for that reason, skill loan scheme was introduced, where from 50,000 to 1.5 lakh I can take up the loan to brush up, or maybe to learn the new scheme, the new skill which can help me further. Okay. Apart from that, government also came up with the national policy for skill development and entrepreneurship 2015. So this was a particular this policy was set up so that to have a proper framework under the scheme. Okay. Recognition of prior learnings. This again, recognition of prior learnings, what certification will be provided. So if you already have a scheme, okay, so for them there will be one customized program where a little bit of brushing up of your skills will be done, and after that how recognition will be provided to your particular skill by first testing it and then providing desirable or the certification that is related to it, so that you can further show up that you have a government certificate that you have those particular skills. Okay. Now as I said before, the diversification needs to be done. So for special sectors, special projects have been run under the scheme under PM Yuva scheme. So this particular Yuva scheme, under that through online portal, the youth they can just add more and more skills to their learning during their college phase and everything, so that their resume can be enriched, and this will help them to have better opportunities when they go and seek jobs. Okay. And ultimately government, they also focused a lot on apprenticeship Protsahan Yojana, where it is more about merging the theoretical knowledge along with the industrial knowledge. And government also, they focused on that during the apprenticeship, this has to be some stipend that should be given to the students, that will encourage them to work more efficiently, right? So these are some of the components, and that is all about the scheme. Okay. Again, because this is an umbrella scheme, so whatever be the components that are there, those are individual schemes, but all in all the aim is to upskill the Indian you can say youth. Okay. Again, so this was the scheme, and that is all in this particular video. So we'll meet again with another video on another important scheme. I have seen a few suggestions given by you. I'll try to make sessions on that. So that is all. If you have any doubt, any query, you can always ask us, and if there are more suggestions that you have, you can always comment it down. And to get the PDF of this particular video lecture or any lecture, you can join our Telegram channel. So thank you.